Thank you so much for tuning into this video. Let's jump right into it. Creative blocks. What are they actually? Creative blocks can look like procrastination, can look like lack of ideas, lack of motivation, any sort of resistance to giving your creative output to the project you want to put into. So, does this sound like something that you're dealing with right now? If so, keep watching this video because we're going to talk about 3 possible reasons you might be feeling this block. Let's get right in. The first block that might be preventing you from creating your work is blocked energy. Your full creative potential requires a channel to flow through. If your mind is cluttered, your body is cluttered with unprocessed emotions, drama, or just anything that is taking your attention away from your project, then your channel is going to be blocked. Just think about it. Imagine you are sitting down to work on your project, and all you can think about is tasks you need to complete in the week, a conversation you had with someone that didn't go so well. Plenty of things can be sitting in the back of your mind, taking up that mental energy that could otherwise go to working on your project. Try your best to free up your channel by removing any unnecessary clutter, any unnecessary information, thoughts, or emotions that aren't relevant to the project at hand. At first, this can be a tough habit to grow, but over time, you will learn that to work on your project right now requires your full presence to the best of your ability. Speaking on this note of blocked energy, another thing that will severely impact the quality of your creative output is being under states of chronic stress. Imagine you're running away from a tiger. In this moment, are you going to be able to give your best work creatively? No, because what are you focused on? You simply want to survive. It's not a priority of yours to give your best self creatively, and so you're not going to. Even if you force yourself to sit down and tell yourself that you're going to do your work now, it's likely not going to come out very well. Let your body get what it needs, reduce the level of stress that you're feeling, and suddenly you will feel more urge to create in ways that are exciting and joyful for you. So, summary and tip that I will give you here: free up your mental and energetic space by getting rid of mental and energetic clutter wherever possible. The second thing that I want to say is potentially causing you a creative block is fear of outcomes. Fear can and will hold us back our entire lives if we don't get a hold on it. The tricky thing about fear is it does a really good job at disguising itself. So let's say you are having symptoms of lack of motivation, you're very lazy, or you're feeling like you don't have any ideas flowing. This could be fear disguising itself and coming up with a way to hold us back from whatever it is that we are scared of. It very well could be that with your creative task, you are afraid of being seen. You may be afraid of judgment. Are people going to laugh at you? You might be afraid of failure. What's going to happen if you fail? What that would look like. You may even be afraid of the success that comes with putting your work out there. A lot of us don't realize this, but subconsciously, we fear success. We are afraid of what our close friends, our family will say to us once we become successful, and we are afraid of the new expectations and identity that we step into once success is achieved. When I was a teenager in my high school art class, I would always procrastinate on the work that I was putting out there. And then when I did create work, it would be neither good nor bad, just there, because I was afraid of creating work that was really bad and it disappointing myself or my teacher. I was afraid of it being really good for fear of making my friends insecure or fear of setting new expectations for the quality of work that I create. Point is, I was afraid I couldn't live up to whatever expectation or ideal I set for myself. And so this made me create work that was simply average. I also want you to note that with some of those symptoms I said of lack of ideas or feeling lazy or unmotivated, this is fear's attempt to keep us small by giving us things that hold us back, which serve us in some way. So, you not having ideas, a part of you is actually being served by this because it keeps you small and keeps you out of the light of putting your work out there. The third block, which could be holding you back, is misalignment. This is what I feel people have a harder time grappling with because it's not so obvious or something that we would think of naturally. Imagine you have a project that you are working really hard on, and every day you feel like you're forcing it and forcing it to happen. This is a sign that you are in misalignment, meaning there is likely a path meant for you that is more suited to the way that you create. A lot of people will experience misalignment and they will perceive it as failure, but really it is simply a signal that you need some redirection. Our best creative work is done when our head and our heart are in coherence with the work that we are producing. We want the work to give us passion. We want the work to be able to flow in a way that feels almost easy and natural. Think about when you have been in your flow state. It feels as if the work is producing itself. This is the ideal state we want to be in so that we can make our best work. I've been in a place where I've been working on a project and forcing it really hard because of the commitment up front that I've put into creating it. When really I would have saved myself so much time if I took a step back and asked myself, is this what I really want to do? Is this bringing me joy? Now, if you are working on a project and you are beginning to feel this misalignment, this doesn't have to mean you have to ditch what you're doing altogether, but maybe think about changing how you do it. All right, thank you so much for listening to this video on the 3 creative blocks that I've noticed in others and myself the strongest. If you found that you resonated with it and you felt you saw something through it, please let me know. I would love to make a follow-up video on how we can accurately move through these blocks altogether. So if that's something you're interested in, please leave me a comment, and otherwise, thank you so much for joining me for this. Cheers!